The holidays are over, but that doesn't mean the fun is. Winter wine is at its peak, and there's an actual event coming up that is sure to capture your interest. We have Callie Pfeiffer from Maryland Wineries Association here. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. So tell us about the winter wine event.
Sure. So the Maryland Wineries Association, we are putting on our 6th annual winter wine event. It's going to take place on Friday, January 26th at the B&O Railroad Museum in Baltimore.
Great. And that's an evening event, right?
Yes, it is a Friday evening.
Right after work?
Which is new this year. We've typically had this event on a Thursday, so I know people are excited about switching it over to a Friday.
Absolutely. We got that from 6 to 9:30. So what can people experience when they go?
Sure. So the event is going to be split up into 2 parts. The beginning is going to be a sparkling wine pre-reception, and then we'll have the roundhouse tasting as the main event. You can either purchase a ticket for both sections or solely for the main event.
And you were saying this is very high-end wines that you have all from the state.
Exactly. So all of these wines had to be approved by our guest curator. That's Al Spoler from WYPR's Cellar Notes. So all wines had to either be an award winner, limited edition, approved by him and another panel. So we're really excited. At this event, people are really going to be able to taste the wines that are leading the charge in the developing Maryland wine industry.
That's great. So show us a little bit about what you have here. Are these some of the wines that they'd be able to taste?
Yes, so not the exact wines, but these wineries will all be featured. Right now we're at about 15 wineries that are attending this event, and that list is still growing. There's roughly 90 wineries actually in the state of Maryland.
That's amazing.
So we have a good chunk of them coming to this event, and all of these wineries will be there and featured. And really the good thing about these events is there's something there for everybody. So no matter what you like, if you're into drier, bubbly, sweeter, anything that you're interested in, you'll be able to find at one of our wineries.
I find that mind-boggling that there are 90 different wineries, at least, in Maryland state now. It's really booming.
Yes, the industry is definitely growing rapidly, and it is just, we've developed so much. I feel like, or we all feel like the Maryland wine industry has really just made changes, and whether that's the winemaker skill or the publicity and how beautiful the tasting rooms are, and there is just so much change and development, and we really, really want the rest of the state to see that. We're very excited.
Yes, I mean, it's nice when it's locally made and we can just, you know, go right down to the Eastern Shore or right, you know, to Baltimore County and check out a great winery.
Exactly.
And the different types of wine. I mean, I lived in upstate New York. We had a lot of ice wines, and to have that here in Maryland as well, you don't really necessarily think about ice wines being in Maryland.
Right, exactly. But I mean, just we're finding through growth and development that our different soils in Maryland are great for different things. So depending on which part of the state you're in, you could be really, really great at growing a certain grape as opposed to something on the other side of the state. I mean, people always say Maryland is America in miniature, and it really is. So it's really fun, all of the different types of wines that are grapes that we can grow here. And at an event like Winter Wine, people are able to come and try a very large amount of them that they might not be able to otherwise. So because wineries from all over the state are going to be there.
Now, sometimes wine can feel a little bit overwhelming for people because they don't know what they're doing. Is this an event that you can go to and if you're a novice and actually learn a lot, or is it sort of like you should already come in with some sort of knowledge?
No, it really is. I mean, the wine connoisseurs and everything, they love this event. Our wine bloggers, our media friends, people just in the wine industry love this event because it is the best of the best Maryland wines. But the cool thing about this one is it's set up in the roundhouse tasting. So you're tasting them in a proper order. And the really cool thing is that it's the winemakers that are there pouring the wine. So they are able to explain to you what went into it. They can ask you, oh, what kind do you like? What are you interested in? And they can really inform you on what you're tasting.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Callie. Really appreciate that. We're going to check out that event on January 26th from 6 to 9:30. We can't wait. And we will see you back with more Midday Maryland.